5, 4, 3, 2. What's good, everybody? We are back again for another wonderful, amazing, and sensational episode of the No Hedging Podcast. I go by the name of Rip16, the GOAT.
I am Ty, the Fly Jet.
And we are the Mighty No Hedging Podcast duo. Man, it has been a very crazy, wild, and emotional roller coaster after 9 weeks of football. Mm-hmm. But we are easing our way into week 10.
Yeah.
But before we dive into all of that, talk about week 9 and week 10 and what's to come, make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. It is very, very important part of what we're doing over here. Need y'all in the mix. Keep on talking to us so we keep talking back. So we keep on providing the vibes, man. Keep providing the vibes, keep providing the information, and more importantly, providing high quality football information and picks. Yeah, man. You got anything you want to say to the people before we dive into it?
Let's dive into it, bro. Nothing to say. We got a lot to talk about. So
we do got a lot to talk about. So I'm a forego GOAT talk, but let's dive into takeaways. What do you got? Tell the people what you got, man. What's your first takeaway from week 9?
Takeaway from week 9. Every week, there's a new best team. That's what it seems like.
Nobody's as good as we thought.
I mean,
and nobody's also not as bad as we thought.
Right. I mean, everybody's having weird losses, and they also having good wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm leaning into this Buffalo Bills versus Chiefs game.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of where we can start.
That was a big matchup.
Huge. But we all know Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, they can put belt to ass to the Chiefs in regular season.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the playoffs,
very key part of that statement.
regular season.
In regular season.
Yeah, but when it comes down to the playoffs, it's a whole different story. So, am I surprised that they beat the Chiefs? No.
Not at all.
But how they beat the Chiefs is kind of...
They look good.
Yeah, that's the surprising
defensively,
part.
And that was a healthy Chiefs team. So, I mean, they look good.
Yeah, offensively, the Chiefs look very inept. Patrick Mahomes was pressured a lot.
Yeah.
I think they couldn't get the run game going at all.
That was some of the biggest parts that was surprising about that game is just the amount of pressure they was able to generate on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, they was at full health. So, I mean, I just expected that wide receiving core to be able to do more damage against Bills team that, frankly, their defenses looked a little putrid.
Not good, yeah.
But they looked good that game. So,
and the Chiefs still had opportunities to make something happen. Still, the game wasn't over until it was over.
Pat is Pat. So, you know, they had a chance to make a play, but the defense stepped up when it needed to. Got to stop.
Yeah, when Sean McDermott and Buffalo, they went to kick the field goal instead of going for it on 4th down, gave the Chiefs another opportunity to kind of to get back into the game. But
that just shows how scary the Chiefs are, though.
Yeah.
It makes people do stuff outside of the norm because they feel like I have to do something extra to be able to beat the Chiefs.
Right.
You don't just make the regular smart play. It was like, nah, we feel like we got to make something extra happen.
We got to be ultra aggressive.
Right. And I think the allure of the Chiefs still, you know, makes them a scary team for a lot of people. It's just because even when they're not in it for real, people think they're still in it.
Yeah.
So they just make people nervous for real.
Yeah, but this is one of the worst games Patrick Mahomes has played. He had a completion percentage of under 50% for the first time in his career. So it was a bad outing for the Chiefs offensively, and defensively as well.
And they locked up Rashee Rice in the second half. Mm-hmm. In the first half, he was starting to cut up. He started kind of making a few plays towards that last push they made in the fourth quarter, but for a large portion of that second half, they did a good job of covering him and making sure that he wasn't as involved in the offense. And I think that was a huge difference too.
Yeah. But like I was saying in the beginning, it's like going back to every week there's a new best team because we were just talking about, oh, the Chiefs are back. The Chiefs are rolling. And then at the same token, we talking about Buffalo losing 2 games in a row, right? And then obviously they get that win coming back off their bye week, blowing out the Panthers.
Yeah.
But then now, you know, it's like, okay, they are blue blood now because they beat the Chiefs. So it's like, are they? You know what I'm saying? But there's other teams that we can speak of. Like the Green Bay Packers, who in week 1, people were talking about, you know, this is a Super Bowl team.
I mean, we're going to get to them Packers. We're going to get to them Packers. But it's a couple people, it's a couple staff record labels and motherfucking crews that I wanted to address on some takeaways. One of them being the Washington Commanders. They're cooked.
Yeah.
Right?
They've been cooked all year.
But the thing is, it's like, it's been such a roller coaster with them, with guys in the lineup, out the lineup. Jaden's in. Then Terry McLaurin's out. Then McLaurin's in. Then he's out the next game. And the same with Jaden. And I think it's at a point now in the season where it's just like, after that gruesome arm injury to Jaden Daniels, I feel like, do you just pack it up and just try to get draft picks, or just try to concentrate on the draft, getting higher draft position, or what do you feel like Washington needs to do at this point?
I mean, they're not going to tank, obviously.
They're going to tank. It ain't going to be on purpose.
They're not going to tank. It's just too early to tank right now for them.
It's not going to be on purpose, but they tanking.
You know, they won 3 games, I think. They're not in tank mode just yet, per se.
Listen.
They just had an unfortunate season. I mean, injuries plagued them. Jaden being in and out out the lineup during the season. Same thing with Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel's in and out. You know.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
And the Achilles injury to Eckler, which I didn't have super high.
Yeah, I mean,
expectations out of Eckler.
I didn't even count him.
But yeah.
But yeah, they just had an unfortunate season, and they just gonna have to go with the motions at this point to still try to be competitive and see what happens. I mean, right now they got Mariota as their quarterback, and Terry McLaurin still in and out of lineup, so there's no telling what they're gonna do.
Man, they tanking. But speaking of teams that weren't doing that well, but kind of what position are they in? You got the Arizona Cardinals, right? Mm-hmm. Very interesting team because they've played a lot better than their record has indicated over the past 3 games. However, they did manage to pull out a win this past week, unexpectedly, but they did. They pulled out a win against Dallas. But it also brought up an interesting quarterback situation because a lot of people are saying that regardless of the 1 and 2 on Jacoby starts, Brissett has been playing better than the offenses look better with Brissett than it did with Kyler Murray.
Yeah. It really has, because that one last game that we've seen Kyler Murray play, him and Marvin Harrison couldn't connect like that.
No, their chemistry was off. It came together like fourth quarter. But I don't know. To me, I feel like a lot of that is Marvin Harrison too.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't necessarily put that on the quarterback because I see a lot of times like he might miss a catch and then he just looks dejected. Like, it's like, bro, you got a lot back in. Okay, you missed a pass. Okay, they swatted this, deflected it. Don't mope off of the field, though. He looks like he's moping away after the play. Like, certain players, it's okay, you going to be frustrated. It's like, damn, I should have caught that or something like that. But don't.
Next play.
But go in the next play. Like, bro looks like he just.
Like, every catch, he lost the game.
Don't pout, bro. Like you really that talented. You are really that good. You miss one catch. Okay, cool. But you are really that good. So you need to act like it. Like, your confidence should project that. And I feel like sometimes that throws off why you didn't fucking catch the ball in the first place. Because you probably ran the route thinking I'm not about to get the ball any fucking way. Like, don't do that. Run every route like you about to score a fucking touchdown. If you do that.
Then Jacoby come in, start throwing him 12, 13, 14 targets, and he a different player. And putting that ball in play and just keep feeding him.
Imagine if you got Jamar Chase energy
and feeding
with 14
early.
targets. Like, just imagine that, because it's not like those other top receivers are more talented than you. Like, they don't have better physical attributes. They don't have more speed. They don't have more jumping ability. They don't do anything better than you except for maybe routes and experience or tree. But I mean, just as far as raw talent, he's up there.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if he function and act like it, like the number one that they want him to be, I think he has some more monster games.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just I think with the whole quarterback situation over there, I think Kyler Murray needs a change of scenery. I think he needs a fresh start. Yeah, he done been through so many different coaches and coordinators. You know, a lot of flack out there in Arizona with, you know, can't play video games and a whole bunch of different things just around him out there. I think he needs a change of scenery. And I feel that way about Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. So I think the Cardinals and the Jags can probably swap quarterbacks because the contracts are probably somewhat similar. That might be a good place for both of those quarterbacks, because same thing with Trevor Lawrence. Been through multiple coaches, multiple coordinators, just haven't seen that leap from that first round draft pick that we're looking at. You know,
that's a very interesting take. But I mean, they didn't make that move at the trade deadline. But I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars are still within contention to win the division. So of course they don't want to give them up because of that. And they just won.
It might not be this year, but I'm saying in the future.
But that is something interesting to think about. Just like, where do you go from here if you don't really generate any traffic with Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville? Do you want to run it back another year and see what he can do with Travis Hunter with another year under their belt? Right. I don't know. Or do you just want to just shake it up and bring in a new quarterback? Sometimes it might be positive for both sides. It could be another Rams-Lions situation like what they did with Stafford and Goff. Exactly. I think both parties won in that. Who knows? Yeah. We'll see. But my last takeaway that I was thinking about, or it was something you actually mentioned and brought up, was the Colts. Now, we had an interesting discussion about them as where they stand as far as contenders and
time
being
for them to take that mask off.
And you said you think they pretending they got to show and prove over this next month because they got a much tougher schedule. Now, they lost that game against the Steelers, and the Steelers looked pretty dominant against them. They put belt to ass.
So, 5 turnovers or 6 turnovers. I think
they had a lot of turnovers. They gave the ball away a lot. You didn't see a dominant performance from Jonathan Taylor.
Nope.
You didn't see a crazy Daniel Jones throwing party. You know, it was a couple deep passes downfield here and there later in the game when they tried to make a push. But for the most part, the Steelers were in control of that game from start to finish. Yeah. So, what are you still feeling the same way? Do you feel like that was a one-off against the Steelers, or do you just feel like, just in general, you think the Colts are going to continue over that trajectory over the next month?
I think they go downhill a little bit, because it's like, without that run game, if other teams find a way to limit Jonathan Taylor running the football, then that's going to be a problem. You don't want Daniel Jones dropping back 50 times to throw the ball. You see what happened when he did, right? He turns the ball over. He starts looking like Daniel Jones from the Giants. He has that look in his face like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, that look.
I've seen that look so many times. I know what that look means. That look
We're
means,
about to lose.
That look means like, hey, I don't know what the hell's going on. And that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers did. They brought pressure. They was in his face. They made him make bad decisions with the football, put the ball in the wrong hands.
For sure.
You know, like I said, this is just they got to prove that they really legit. And I don't think that they were, because of the teams that they faced. They faced teams that weren't top tier teams. So there's like I said, this month of November, they're going to be playing better teams. And if they can't get the run going, they're in trouble.
Okay, that's fair. I agree with that. I mean, they got an interesting matchup coming up against the Falcons in Berlin. So we should kind of see how they bounce back after that tough loss or embarrassing loss in some aspects, for a very winnable game.
Yeah,
against the Falcons. But seeing as how you talking about people contending and falling off and doing these other things, I feel like that's a perfect segue into another wonderful segment of this show that we have. It's called Besides the Eagles.
Besides the Eagles.
What is that?
But besides the Eagles, we know that they're contenders. They came in. They've been doing what they're supposed to do over the past couple weeks. Had a bye week, so they got rested. So a lot of positive things for the Eagles. But besides the Eagles, who else do you have as a true contender or pretender in the NFL right now?
I think there's a top team in the NFC right now, and it's not the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm saying the Los Angeles Rams.
The Rams. Okay.
I think the Rams are going to be that top contender in the NFC.
Okay.
And here's why.
Okay.
You got Matt Stafford, 37 years old, 21 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. Should be lead in the MVP race. Should be.
He's top 4 right now.
Should be leading.
He should be leading.
Should be leading. Good run game. Puka Nacua goes out. They got another receiver by the name of Devontae Adams scoring 3 touchdowns a week. It seems like.
Yeah. Okay.
Puka comes back healthy now. And you also got a good running game with Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, backup running back, splitting carries and such like that. So they got a good running game. Offensively, they can run the football. They can throw the football. You got a stud at quarterback, MVP caliber quarterback right now, playing the best football of his career. And on the flip side of that, you got a good defense.
Jared Verse,
Byron Young.
I wanted the Falcons to draft Jared Verse.
Jared Verse, Byron Young on the outside. Young going crazy this year with the sacks. Secondary is playing pretty good as well. So, with that pass rush, they're doing a good job at helping the secondary out. So you combine all of that, mix all of that in a pot, you got a good recipe for a contending team.
I mean, they do. The only thing I will say about the Rams, though, Devontae Adams scored all those touchdowns against who?
Don't matter.
The teams he was playing against didn't matter. It was the Saints, the Jacksonville Jaguars in that London game. Okay, I give you mild credit for that. But I mean, you went off against the Saints. I'm not giving that much juice. The Saints, and then the Saints had a rookie quarterback in playing his first game. Like, what's his name? Shuck.
Yeah, I was saying wrong.
With a GH.
Yeah,
but it's Shuck. It looked rough. It was tough. It was tough. It was rough. But anyway, some of these opponents where they went off on, I'm like, okay, I'm not giving that much juice. But I do feel like the construction of the team, both offensively and defensively, has shown enough where you like, okay, they're serious contenders. Now, I'm curious to see how they do when they playing against some real opponents. Now, they won 6-2. But who were those 2 losses to?
Who did they lose to? I think they lost to the 49ers already.
They lost to the 49ers in one of those. And then they lost another game. Who was that other one they lost to?
Who did they lose to? I can't remember.
I know one of them was the 49ers for sure. But they lost to
the Eagles.
So again, a division opponent. And then also a tougher team, the Super Bowl champion, the team that puts you out in the damn playoffs. So when it comes to these actual opponents who actually
did have the Eagles on the rope in the first half, bro. They had them beat in the first half. They had them beat the shit in the first half.
I mean, but what happened to them in the playoffs?
I get it.
When in a similar situation in the playoffs.
I get it.
So my whole thing is like once you playing against these major opponents, that's the only other thing I want to see from the Rams. I do actually like this team a lot. I like Stafford. I like Puka. I like the Devontae Adams and Puka combination. I like the run game. Love Kyron Williams. I think and Jared Verse is a monster. I like what they do defensively. They're aggressive. I like it. I like the coach. I like everything on this team. But I need you to actually perform against other teams that are contenders. Like, when it comes to them division matchups, if you show me you can be dominant, if you show me that you can actually go out here and win some good games against real good opponents, you don't get no juice from beating the Saints. You just don't get no juice from beating the Saints.
But you get juice for beating on teams that you're supposed to beat on and win.
You do.
I give credit for that all day long.
I agree with that. We talk about that often. We talk about, okay, if you have an opponent that's supposed to lose, you go out there and you beat them. And you show them why they're inferior. And that's what they did to the Saints. So I do give them credit for that for sure. I just want to see how they do against a real monster. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to see from them.
Yeah.
But I do like that one. The other one, you said somebody else was a little bit of fool's goal.
Yeah. The Packers.
The cheese is fool's goal?
Yeah, fool's goal, man. Jordan Love plays too inconsistent for me. He's very reckless with the football. That offense that they played when they played, who was it? The Panthers?
Yeah.
It was just sloppy. It was tacky. It was all over the place.
Bro, you put up 13 points versus the Panthers, brother.
Yeah, like it was trash. I don't like
the defense. What is going on with them?
Right. So I think it's fool's gold, man. I don't think the Packers are going to go too far in the playoffs if they get in the playoffs, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, because there's some teams on their edge.
It's just the inconsistency with Jordan Love, man. He's reckless with the football. He's been reckless with the football numerous times this season, and it continues. So
reckless,
and them uniforms are trash. So,
never wear those throwbacks again. Leave them in the past where they belong.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, it was cool. Y'all put the little leather helmet design on the new helmet. It was cute.
Them unis were
but
trash.
Them unis was ass.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. Basura. But with all of that being said, you brought up some interesting points as some people who need to cut it out, stop it, knock it off, beat it, scram.
Cut the cap.
Pick up the pieces. But let's get into another wonderful segment. My favorite segment is called Clock Out for Me, Big Dawg.
Yeah, you can go ahead and clock out.
Pack your shit
Punch that time slip
and get out.
Time to head on.
So, interestingly, for this week, it's a very, very pivotal moment in the NFL season. Oftentimes does not get talked about a lot until the last minute, but this is one of those key turning points for a lot of teams because the NFL trade line just passed. The trade deadline, sorry. So it was some moves made. It was some teams made some plays. It was some teams unloaded. Some people tried to go get their draft picks. You know, a couple of these bad teams probably should have gotten the mix of that. But, hey.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your clock outs as far as the trades and trade deadlines that you saw? Some teams clock some guys out. Some teams clock some guys in. So, what you think about someone? What's something that you like?
I think the biggest move that was made that was like a gasp was Sauce Gardner going to the Colts for 2 first-round picks and A.D. Mitchell. That's 3 first-round players for Sauce Gardner. And Sauce Gardner hasn't been good in 2 years. But that could be due to the Jets being good.
I mean, he was on the Jets.
He was on the Jets.
I can't, you know.
Maybe this move revives his play.
Yeah.
But I would say the Colts definitely needed some help on the back end in their secondary.
Oh, for sure, because they're giving up some points now.
But one thing that it shows is like the Colts are like all in.
Oh yeah, the Colts don't give a damn what we say. They
F them picks.
They said F them picks. They said we legit.
F them picks.
We ain't been 7-2 since Peyton left.
Yeah,
listen.
So that's a big move by the Colts. I think the Jets did get great compensation for Sauce Gardner.
Yes, they did.
3 first-round draft picks. I mean, he was a first-rounder, but the Jets also showed that they're in rebuild mode. Yeah. You know, but I think it's a great compensation, great value for the Jets. Mm-hmm. The Colts probably overpaid a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I think you could have got away with the 2 picks.
They needed that corner.
I think you probably could have got away with the 2 picks instead of the player, or a player and a pick,
right?
Rather than 2 first-round picks. I mean, that was a lot. But
that was a lot.
But okay, I can understand. You know, the Colts want to clock in somebody in the secondary. Now, a clock out from the Jets that I thought was the bigger move. I thought you was actually going to say Quentin Williams. Quentin going to the Cowboys is big.
Yeah.
that they, I'm not gonna say it fills the Micah Parsons hole.
No,
in that defense,
it doesn't.
but it damn sure cleans up a lot of it. Now, Quinnen is a very talented defensive lineman, and you need somebody who can generate some pressure. You need somebody who can be scary on that defense. You need somebody who can add on. And quiet as kept, some of the games, the Cowboys defense hadn't been terrible for real. Some of them. A lot of them, they gave up a lot of points.
But been terrible.
In the past couple weeks, when they were able to win some of those games, they were able to generate some defensive pressure, at least to call some hurry ups, call something. You know what I'm saying? To throw the quarterback off kilter. I saw that in a couple of games they won. Mm-hmm. Now, having Quinnen adds on to that and makes it even worse for the offense. So I think that was a great move for them. To me, that was a bigger one. To me, that was probably even bigger than Sauce.
No,
to be honest.
My thoughts on that is, I think, yet again, I think they gave up too much value for him. Right? Yeah, he's a good player. Right? And you traded away Micah Parsons, an edge rusher, to get some compensation and draft picks, and Kenny Clark, which is an interior defensive lineman. For that to still not work out, for you to take pretty much that same compensation to trade for Quinnen Williams, another interior defensive lineman, I feel like it was too much value. They gave up too much value for not much return. Granted, Quinnen Williams is a great player,
and he got 2 more years on contract.
I get it, but in my opinion, an edge rusher is way more valuable. A top tier edge rusher is way more valuable than a top tier interior defensive lineman.
I can agree with that for sure. But what I'm saying is you need to bolster the line. They need to bolster
a lot. They need to bolster the secondary, because Deron Bland was getting cooked out there by Marvin Harrison Jr. every play. They need that one move is not going to, in my opinion, have such a big impact on that defense. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to make the defense a little bit better, but because Quinnen Williams,
it's going to show up the run game a lot. Because I think trying to run on that interior with Quinnen is not going to be as easy. So I think that's going to force teams to pass a little bit more on them. And then that gives you better schemes that you can run on defense. Like when you know they have to pass, then we can be a little bit more equipped and prepared. You know what I'm saying? I think it allows you to not have to send as many rushers when you can generate pressure. Like you can afford to drop somebody in coverage when you got Quinnen. So, I mean, I think it's some things where we'll see the impacts of that move start to pay off for the Cowboys for sure. Do I think it's as great as a Micah Parsons? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. Yeah. But it is. That's why I said it's still a Micah Parsons size hole left in that defense.
Absolutely.
But this does fill in part of that gap. That's all I'll say about it, But
what would you grade it?
What would I grade that?
Yeah.
What did they give up? They gave up
2 firsts and
they gave up
a defensive tackle, Mozzie Smith.
They gave up Mozzie Smith, a first-round pick in 2027, and a 2026 second-round pick for Quinnen. Quinnen got 2 years on his contract. I grade that like a B.
Yeah, that's a B.
I grade it maybe a B plus,
I
depending on how well he plays.
I give him a B.
So I mean, I think it was a good move though.
Yeah, but this shows to me that the Jets, they tearing it up. It's tear down season. They tearing up. They getting rid of all of the top assets, and they acquiring multiple first round picks and all of that. And I think with these first round picks, that's just saying, hey, we need to get a quarterback in the draft.
Yeah.
So by getting all these picks, they're going to leverage, recouping some of that talent. They're gonna leverage using those picks, those first round picks that they got from the Colts, second round picks they got from the Cowboys to fill in that Sauce Gardner void with a first round, a second round corner,
right?
And also now we need a quarterback. You know what I mean? We can get a quarterback.
It was an A for the Jets.
Oh, A+ for the Jets.
It was an
for
A
sure.
for the Jets.
A+ for the Jets.
In terms of what they got back.
Yeah.
For what they gave up, seeing where they at in the position, and plus you freeing up some. You just signed Sauce to that big contract in July, so I mean you freeing up some cap room at the same time. So you made a lot of positive moves for a season that ain't going no fucking where.
Yeah.
So you're making some positive moves for the future. So this is one of the smarter moves I've seen.
Yeah, credit to the
make.
Jets. They tried it. They tried to use the previous talent that was there to see what we can work with. They thought they had their quarterback. They don't. So I think this move just pretty much says, "Hey guys, we're going for a quarterback
This is cleanup
next year."
crew from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
that Aaron Rodgers
regime.
move. So
yeah.
Another one though, I wanted to get your take on it. Another interesting one was the Jacoby Myers pickup
By Jacksonville.
and then also the Rashid Shaheed pickup by the Seahawks.
Yeah.
What do you think about those two acquisitions?
Well, Jacoby Myers really hasn't been doing much.
He had 1,000 yards last season.
I mean, he really has. I don't think it's that big of an impact. Does it help the Jacksonville Jaguars being that Travis Hunter is out? Yes. Being that Brian Thomas has been playing soft, but he's getting a little bit better, more confident this year. Does it help them in that way? Yes, but I don't think Jacoby Myers has ever been that impact player. He's a good piece to have. Like, is he a wide receiver one on any team in the league?
But you don't need him to be wide receiver one. I mean, you got him. You got him going on the other side of Brian Thomas.
So he's a good piece.
He's a good piece. I think he helps to balance out the offense a little bit more because I mean he can catch. Like he can get open. He can make some catches.
He got speed too.
He got some speed. You know, put him on the other side of Brian Thomas in the absence of Travis Hunter. And plus, even when Travis Hunter come back, you know, they don't run Travis Hunter on all of the offensive possessions. His snap count is fairly low on offense.
They need to.
So I mean, they're just thinking about all the hits, the physicality of playing in the NFL. So I mean, playing both sides of the football, you getting punishment by hitting people on defense, and then you getting punishment by getting hit on offense. So I mean, having him allows you to kind of balance that out a little bit more, or put Travis Hunter in positions where he can be even more successful.
Yeah,
you know, because that's two other big targets that they can hit. You know,
yeah, but that's a good pickup for Jacksonville. Like I said, it's not, you know, like wow, you know, it's just another piece that they can have. But the Rashid Shaheed to Seattle, that's huge.
That speed on the other side of JSN.
Yeah, that's huge for the Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold.
And
they
Darnold,
gave Sam Darnold another
passing.
toy to play with. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you could run Rashid Shaheed, you know, do clear out routes for JSN, who's already getting open.
Fly route.
He's already getting open. So it kind of puts me back in that mode where, you know, Sam Darnold was with the Vikings and he had, you know, Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. He had two guys that he can work with, which it helps Jackson Smith and Jigba because it's like you can't double Jackson Smith and Jigba now. You know what I mean? Not as if they were, but
They try,
but now it's like, all right, we got a speedster going down the middle of the field that you gotta
watch him.
You gotta watch him. So that's huge, and that's good for Seattle. That's a good pickup there.
Yeah, I did like that one a lot. I think the only other ones I really seen was credit to the Chargers for trying to do something for the O-line because it looks like Joe Alt, which we've talked about on multiple occasions, that Joe Alt is a huge part of the offensive line, and without Joe Alt, they are not as effective in terms of pass protection. But to the Chargers' credit, they did go get Trevor Penning from the New Orleans Saints for a 6th-round pick in 2027. So they're trying to get some type of protection on Herbert. Now, do I think this guy is going to be anywhere near as good as Joe Alt? Absolutely not. Let's be real. But you do need to do something to try to protect your damn quarterback.
Yeah.
And also open up some of those run gaps. So I mean, we'll see how this pickup works. I'm not quite sure how far that'll really take them. They also got rid of Jasir Taylor or Jasir. Jasir, I'm gonna assume. They got rid of him to the Jets. And the Bears added a defensive end
From Tampa.
from the Browns. No.
Yeah, he was from the Browns. He
was from the Browns. He got drafted.
Tampa Bay.
He got drafted by Tampa Bay, though.
Yeah.
He got drafted by Tampa Bay. So they want to add on and try to fix some of their defensive woes. So some of these teams are actually trying to make some moves to fix some of their gaps, and some teams clean the house to get rid of.
Yeah, and the Cowboys, they also added Logan Wilson from the Cincinnati Bengals.
They did add Logan Wilson. That was the other one. I was trying to think about what they did, but they trying to do something on defense.
Yeah, you grabbing a player from a shit defense.
A shit show.
Grab
a good player from
defense.
a shit show and add them to your shit show. Yeah, I get it. That's the Cowboys.
Right.
But
great move, Jerry.
But Jerry made some moves nonetheless. Not mad at him.
Yeah.
I get it. So, but moving on to this wonderful, wonderful week. Or matter of fact, do you want to talk about them, or
Let's
do
do
you
it.
just need an
Let's do it. I got
break,
something.
or
I got to
like-
talk about it. I got to.
For some reason, he wants to do this
Gotta
segment
let
this
it out.
week. It's another wonderful segment, a newer segment that we like to call Ask a Giants Fan.
Dead ass.
Big Blue. That ass, you heard? He cut his water off. All right, what you got?
The Giants are packing it in. Might as well.
I told you that last week.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew it.
Well, no, I said fight back last week.
No, I knew they was going to pack it
They was packing
in
it.
because that Cam Scatterbull injury just took the whole life out of the whole organization. The defense is not defensing at all. You got a lot of talent on the defensive line that is just not showing any signs of talent besides Brian Burns, who's pretty much leading the league in sacks. He got 11 sacks, bro.
Abdul Carter is also leading the defensive rookie of the year race too, though. Just throwing it out.
But you got Dexter Lawrence in the middle not being as effective. Kayvon Thibodeau, he's had a decent year, but we can't stop the run. We cannot stop the run. Every team comes in there, runs on us. And once again, Deonte Banks, had a one-on-one shot stopping Brian Robinson from scoring the touchdown. And Brian Robinson ran right through him. Didn't lose any slight step of momentum.
He ain't lose no sleep.
No momentum, bro. Ran right through him. Deonte Banks needs to get off the team ASAP. But we're packing it in. Might as well say. Defense shows no effort, no juice, no energy. Secondary, no good. We got players banged out. Javon Holland was out. Cordell Flott was out. So now we got to deal with Deonte Banks on missing tackles, open field tackles to stop a touchdown. Defense not stopping the run, just getting bullied out there. Credit to Jackson Dart. He's still going out there. He's fighting every single week to try to make something happen, put the team on his back. He's running for first downs, getting hit, not sliding, still getting popped, trying to make shit happen. That's what we like to see in our quarterback.
Yeah.
But we don't have nobody else around to help him.
I actually disagree
and one
with
more
that.
thing. Darius Slayton dropping dimes in the end zone that should be touchdowns.
Brother, when Malik Neighbors went down, I
Come
already
on,
told you was cooked at wide receiver because
Come
they was
on,
just
man.
going leak. And you was over here like, we still got Schley. And I'm like, bro,
Theo,
listen.
stop dropping
Cut it
passes, man. Jackson is throwing these dimes to you, and you just keep dropping passes. You catch one, then you drop one. You catch one, then you drop one. You got to be consistent, man. That's all I got to say. The Giants done packed it in. I'm tired of watching the shit because it's just not inspiring football. I just want to see Jackson Dart continue to progress. That's it.
One thing I gotta say I disagree with out of what you said is Jackson Dart gotta stop taking damn hits. Because we have seen what injuries have done to this team. You are out here getting knocked around for what, brother? Stop it. Slide, get down. I understand you want to get all the yards, you want to get your first down, you want to battle, you want to win, do da-da-da-da. I get it. But it's a way you can do that without getting your damn head knocked off. And I think you got to be conscious of that. So I know Guys say these are football players. They're serious. And whatever. Don't die to lose the game. That's crazy. But moving forward, getting into week 10 of the NFL season, it's another cool part of the show, underrated in some aspects. But I like to hop into MustSeeTV.
Man, gotta see what's going on.
These folks got
no cap.
No cap.
Yeah.
So, looking at the matchups that's coming up in week 10, one matchup that I can say that I'm excited about, I feel like is must see.
Big game hunting.
Is the Patriots versus the Bucks. Are the Pats gonna be able to big game hunt some Bucks? Mm-hmm. Buccaneers, that is, not deer. Mm-hmm. But I'm interested in this game because both of these teams came out firing. They're performing pretty well. Their records are great. They're in control of their division at the moment, or they're in lead of their division. Let me not say completely in control. Buccaneers, yes. Patriots, the Bills are on their ass. But this matchup is pretty important because of that, because the Bills are on the Patriots' ass. But more so importantly, it's just two teams that have been playing really well, and it's one of the best evenly matched up teams I can kind of see. I think the point spread is 2.5 in this game. So I think it's a good matchup. What are you expecting from this game?
Well, Tampa Bay is coming off of a bye week, so they had time to kind of get right. But I've heard Bucky Irvin wasn't practicing. I heard Godwin wasn't practicing either. So they're still
banged up.
Yeah, they're still banged up. But I think Tampa is just one of those teams, man. This can be a problem for Drake May as far as defensively that Tampa presents to them. Yeah. Drake May have been playing lights out all year. I'm not gonna lie.
He's an MVP candidate too.
Yeah, he's been killing people on the completion percentage and on the deep ball. Kayshon Boutte, he's out. I know he had a hamstring or something like that he probably won't play this weekend. I mean, they still got Stephon Diggs and Demario Douglas or whatever, but I think Tampa comes out off of this bye week and kind of revamps and gets this win, in my opinion.
It's hard for me to call this one, honestly, because I do like Tampa coming off of the bye. Of course, Baker been playing really well. You know, that last game against the Lions, I believe they played not so well. Yeah. But I think he having a bye week after that, coming off of that loss, I think he wants to come out and redeem himself, put himself back into that MVP conversation. The emergence of Tez Johnson and the injuries, you got Ibuka still out there. So I mean, you got the pieces to do it. If you have Bucky Irvin, then that makes you even greater. But I mean, I think you can still do serviceable run game with Rashad White and Sean Tucker as his backup. So this is just a good matchup. I think it's just all around a good matchup because they really are in very similar positions in terms of construction of the team, in terms of quarterback leading the team, you know, the role of the quarterback. I think it's just a good ass matchup. So I'm just excited to just watch that one, really.
And the way that the Atlanta Falcons was throwing the ball on New England,
I have no reason to think the Bucs can't.
Exactly.
So I mean, yeah, that's a valid point. Very valid point for your Bucs pick. What's another one that you got that's must see?
Rams Niners. Divisional matchup. Rematch. Last time they played, the Rams lost. Lost a close one. But this one is even more important because these two are leading their division. Who's leading it? The
Rams?
The Rams are leading it right now?
The Rams got a better record. I do know that. I don't know if they're leading them, though.
I think if they got the better record, then they got to be leading.
They should be, but the Rams, but the 49ers beat them. No, they got the same. They're 6-2. The 49ers are 6-3. Yeah. Because, I mean, the bye week that the Rams haven't had yet. So.
Yeah, so this is a pivotal game, pivotal matchup. So I think being that the Rams end up lost the first matchup, this is a must-win for the Rams. For sure. So, you know, with that being said, the Niners, they've been playing and winning games with Mac Jones banged up all across the damn roster. and they've been managing to still win, 5 in a row or something like that, or he won 5 games or something crazy like that. So actually, Seattle leading the division. It was a 2-way tie, really.
Yeah, neither one of them.
Yeah.
Actually, neither one of them.
Yeah.
But they're all right there in the same spot. Seattle's
Yeah.
6-2, the Rams are 6-2, the 49ers are 6-3.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're right there in that same spot.
Yeah, the Rams get this win against the 49ers. It puts them in a good position and kind of pushes the 49ers, further down out of the playoffs, in my opinion. So must win for the Rams. I think I'm leaning Rams on this game, but we already know that the 49ers always has the Rams number. McVay just can't seem to get it figured out, but I think the Rams could probably do something this game.
Yeah, so I mean, that's
Must see.
It's must see. The Rams definitely need that dub because they're in a very, very tight division over there. So this is a difference between you being a playoff division winner and a playoff wild card spot for some of these guys. So definitely must see. The last one I'm gonna give an honorable mention. I'm gonna give the Ravens and the Vikings an honorable mention. Why? Because the Ravens are coming off 2 wins back to back, one without Lamar, one with Lamar Jackson. The Vikings is also coming off of a good division win versus the Detroit Lions. Their division is still not, sealed because the Packers are leading that division, but the Packers are 5-2-1. And as we talked about earlier, they are not playing that well. So that division is still open. You got the Bears 5-3 and the Detroit Lions 5-3, and you got to win over. Did they beat the Bears too? I don't think the Vikings beat the Bears, but they beat the Lions. So you're still in it. You're 4-4. You're 500. McCarthy actually didn't play and looked nervous as I saw him look at the beginning of the season. He actually looked a little bit more relaxed and more poised against Detroit, which was another takeaway I had that I didn't talk about earlier. But McCarthy looked a little bit more poised out there on the field and made some good passes to Addison and Jefferson, and he was able to win that game. So I'm looking forward to this matchup just to see, because these are 2 teams that are both trying to bounce back and still fight for something. So it's an interesting matchup. The Ravens, surprisingly, are somehow still second in the damn division. Somehow.
Because the division bad. I mean, the Bengals and the Browns. Man, look at that shit.
Somehow they're still second
The
in the
Bengals
division.
and the Browns, that's the story.
But the Steelers are only 5-3.
Yeah.
They're 3-5.
The Ravens going to fuck around and win the division.
And that's crazy.
They're going to fuck around and win the division.
And that's crazy given how bad they looked just a couple weeks ago.
But it's a must-see game because the Ravens, they have to win this game. They can't lose any more games. They can't afford.
They really can't afford to be losing
any more games for real.
So that's
this is the second
interesting.
game. Lamar's coming back from injury. Like the first half of the last game, he was a little off. He even admitted to it. He said I was a little rusty. Missed the throw on the outside. And threw it kind of low.
He ain't played in a month.
To Bateman. He ain't played in a month. I think this week he bounces back. He got a feel for his hamstring now. So I think this is a good week for Lamar to come in and be the Lamar that we used to seeing.
Yeah.
Got all his tight ends involved last week too.
MVP Jackson.
Yeah.
So, but moving forward, since we're talking about week 9, we might as well get to the most important part of this show.
Yes, sir.
It's a little segment we like to call Best Bets.
Best bets. I got the best ones.
We need to know chips on the table. These folks need to know, what are your best picks? Now, last week, you did great.
I did great.
You bounced back.
Another sweep. That's 2 in the season already.
You got a sweep. I had the opposite of a sweep. You put bad juju on me.
I told you.
You went
my
3-0,
picks
I
were
went 0-3.
lock. I was confident on all my shit. Full lock.
Yeah, that was good. Do it again.
That's what we doing.
So, tell these people, Mr. Locks, what you got?
What do you got? I'm running it again. Must win game. We just talked about it. Baltimore versus the Vikings. I'm taking Baltimore -4 to beat the Vikings. Yeah, JJ McCarthy looked good in that game. but the Baltimore Ravens defense is playing better.
Yeah.
The offense is obviously playing better with Lamar.
Yeah.
These two teams are going to be outmatched. I mean, not outmatched, but the Vikings offense is going to be outmatched. JJ McCarthy is not going to be able to handle this Ravens defense, man. They building more confidence right now. So give me Action Jackson, Lamar Jackson, -4 versus the Minnesota Vikings on the must-win game for the Ravens. Next game, Detroit. Time to bounce back. I'm taking the Detroit Lions -8.5. That's a lot. That's a lot of points.
But I love it.
Going against the Washington Commanders. No Jaden Daniels. Probably no scary Terry McLaurin.
Probably not.
You got Mariota. Bounce back game. Mariota against this Detroit defense.
Knowing the fuck Detroit lost that division matchup and then they're going to come out here and lose to a beat-up ass Washington Commanders.
No, they're going to make a statement.
They're going to make a statement.
One thing about the Lions.
They don't just beat you. They want to beat the hell out of you.
Yeah, one thing about the Lions, when they lose a game, they're going to come back and they play a team that they supposed to win.
They get fired up.
Oh, they're going to probably win by 15, 20 points.
Yeah, I like all 8.5 of them points.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So give me the Lions -8.5 versus the Washington Commanders. And my last best bet, I'm going on a flyer on this one. A division game, Thursday Night Football, the Las Vegas Raiders +9 versus the Denver Broncos.
You said you're giving people locks now.
The Denver Broncos. I'm taking the Vegas Raiders at +9. Division game, Thursday Night Football. All these Thursday night games seem to be kind of close, especially the division games. And the reason why, it's the division game. The Raiders, they played a good game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. They almost won, they almost tied it up in overtime. Well, they went for the win. They could have won, but the ball was batted down at the line of scrimmage. He had a guy wide open in the end zone, so that would have been a 2-point conversion.
A wise poet once said, almost doesn't count.
Yeah. But give me the Vegas Raiders, man. I think they're a little chippy. They always got something to prove. They're tired of losing. I mean, it's a Pete Carroll, ran team. Ashton Genty probably get off a little bit. The Denver Broncos, they squeaked by and got a lot of wins this year. They got a lot of wins that they stole. But give me the Raiders to cover. They'll probably lose, but I'm going to cover. I think 9
is a lot of points for a division matchup, so I do understand that. And I think more importantly than anything else that you just said was Brock Bowers played. And Brock Bowers is clearly the number one target on that team. Mm-hmm. Clearly a difference maker in them scoring points.
Yeah.
He opens up the offense in ways that just other players in that offense cannot.
Yep.
And I think him being out there definitely puts them in a position to at least be able to cover the point spread. I don't know if they produce enough to be able to stop Denver, though. Because like you said, Denver finds ways to win, to their credit.
Yeah.
They find ways to win.
Baltimore -4, Detroit +8.5, and the Vegas Raiders +9.
Okay, I can dig it. I can get with those picks. I'm gonna go for my first pick. I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Browns versus the Jets.
The
Browns are 2.5 point favorites versus the Jets. I like it. The Browns are coming off of a bye week. The Jets just cleared house defensively. Are they gonna have Garrett Wilson this game? I don't know if Garrett Wilson is still gonna be out.
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Probably not. But with that being said, I like the Browns' chances. I like my boy to just go out there and wreak some havoc. Talking about Myles Garrett. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he goes out there and wreaks some havoc. I just like them to win this game just because the Jets have cleared house. They won that game. That was cute. But they don't have high expectations for winning any more games. So I'm going to agree with them, what they said about themselves. Next one, I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Green Bay Packers. -1.5. I feel like that point spread is too low for how the Packers been playing. Mm-hmm. I love it. 1.5. Give me the champs. Green Bay has just not been playing that well. And that's why you fucked around and lost to the Panthers. So give me the Eagles to wreak some havoc. I think Saquon has himself a day against that defense.
Rico Dowdle did.
And speaking of Rico Dowdle, that brings me to my last pick. I'm going to get the Carolina Panthers -5.5 versus the New Orleans Saints. Now, we were talking about this off cam, and I was like, I don't know if I like the 5.5. But then I said, fuck the Saints. Give me the Carolina Panthers -5.5. I think Rico Dowdle, and that's what swayed me to actually taking this pick because it is a lot of points in fairness for a division game. However, what swayed me is Rico Dowdle and what he's been able to do. And then you still got Chuba Hubbard as a second back who they've pretty much effectively given the RB1 to Dowdle based on his performance. But Chuba Hubbard is still there. So I just feel like they're going to be able to generate enough run game. Also McMillan in the pass game, you know, Bryce Young is able to put together some good targets to him at times and make some plays with him also. So I just feel like the Carolina Panthers will be able to produce more offensively than Shuck can against the Carolina defense.
Shucks.
Oh, shucks. So that is Cleveland Browns -2.5, Philadelphia Eagles -1.5, and Carolina Panthers -5.5. And I do think that is a teaser alert for all of my people out there that love a good teaser alert. I think I got to run that with all 6 of those picks.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But, folks still got to know. Is the dogs barking?
They barking, bro.
They on the
They've been
loose.
barking.
The folks got to know, what is your dog of the week?
My dog's been barking, bro.
Dog have been barking. You picked a good dog last week, you won. My dog did not. My dog let me down due to some terrible damn defense over there in Cincinnati. Joe Flacco, I don't know what else you can do, bro. You're dropping damn near 40 out there, but the defense ain't giving you no backup.
Giving up 40.
The defense is giving up 41. That's the problem. You drop 40, they get 41. You get 42, they get 47. This shit crazy.
Yeah.
But what you got?
So last week, my dog barked. I went with Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? I said, look, Pittsburgh going to turn the Colts into what we thought the Colts really are. That was
a good pick. I like that one.
You know, and they dominated.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm doing? I'm going right back to Pittsburgh.
Going right back.
Pittsburgh is playing the Chargers. I know this is your team. This is your squad.
Hey, listen.
I understand it.
Yeah.
But that offensive line.
Exactly.
That offensive line. The Chargers haven't been charging this year because of that offensive line.
Man. And as I said, that's why I'm in agreement with you on this pick. The Chargers without Joe Alt, they added somebody. We're gonna see how this guy does. But I don't know that fella that well. But what I do know is I know he ain't no Joe Alt.
I'm taking Pittsburgh once again, back-to-back weeks, man. Underdog, dog of the week.
I like it. I like it.
What you got?
I'm gonna go down to Florida for this one. It's a little county. It's a very popular one. A lot of people yelling and screaming at random times, and so I gotta yell it with them. I'm gonna go Duval. I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. This matchup they in is an interesting one, but I think just more importantly, the Jacksonville Jaguars have shown that they have enough talent to be able to score points, put together wins, and win some games when the opponent is, on their caliber.
It's a division game.
But it is a division game. They're playing against the Houston Texans. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a slight underdog. It's kind of a pick 'em. But what tipped me over the edge about this game is C.J. Stroud got a concussion last game. So it's very unlikely that he's going to play this week. And even with C.J. Stroud, the defense been out there making some moves, but the offense has been a bit of a roller coaster at times. So for that reason, I'm going to have to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars to win over the Houston Texans. Even though they are in Houston, I do like them in this matchup, in this spot. We're going to see how their new wide receiver addition fares against this Houston defense. I think it's a good spot for them to be able to pick up another dub.
I ain't mad at it.
Yes, sir. But make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all keep on staying tapped in with us so we can keep staying tapped in with all of you guys.
Yep.
Send those slips, man. Let's talk picks during the week. You got something on your mind, shoot it that way, you know. Follow us on the gram. You can find that like right about here. Anything else you want to tell the people, man?
Parlays.
Making money line plays. May all these bets continue to pay.
They paying.
Cause I need that money today. I need that money.
Yerd.
We out.
Peace. From the Middle East.
Your lyrics and all this shit soft. How to put you on verses to take your shit off. All this capping and rapping, man. How this shit happen? Oh, it's money that made niggas funny. Them cloudy ass diamonds can't make you look sunny. You owe some respect, so just give me my money. You niggas is vulture, you killing the culture. We made it an art, man. This shit was a sculpture. You came and defiled it and called this shit talent. Took Dre hated spitters to restore the balance. Just give me a second to count up the balance. Yeah, money, get it. Young niggas say you gotta